It's Hugh Hewitt, joined now by United States Senator Tom Cotton. Good morning, Senator. How are you?
Good, Hugh. Thank you. It's good to be on with you as always, and good that you've been Brexit Central for American listeners. I guess the Parliament's about to start debate here in 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, Matthew Elliott was terrific yesterday. I cannot believe the Parliament is setting itself up against the people. It's almost as though that clown Burko is on Boris's side in the general election. It's sort of a secret agent. But for another day, I have to pitch you on two ideas. This is how I get to the president. I don't talk to the president, but Senator Cotton does. You know, the G7's not going to Doral. I think it ought to go to either Phoenix, Detroit, or Cleveland, which are three cities in which we have electoral consequences which are very high. Maybe Detroit might be the smartest one. Where do you think the G7 should go?
Phoenix in June, Hugh. Are you trying to punish all of our allied leaders?
You can take them down. They can stay at the Biltmore. We have air conditioning in this country, and unlike California, the power stays on in Arizona.
You know, there's a lot of natural beauty in the Ozark and Ouachita Mountains in Arkansas, Hugh. We'd be glad to welcome them there.
That's a pretty red state. We don't need to go to a red state. We need to go to a swing state. What, isn't there a political dimension to hosting the G7?
Well, obviously, wherever the G7 goes, it's a big event, big disruptive event as well. But it's a chance for the United States to bring our partners from around the world and show them why we continue to lead the world from an economic and a security standpoint. I'll leave that decision up to the president and the administration on where they plan to host it.
Okay, now here's something that involves your job. The Department of Homeland Security needs a secretary. I am pushing Jim Talent because I believe he would be confirmed in about 15 minutes. He's a tough conservative guy. He knows the border. He knows the policies of the president. I don't think he knows the president. How would he be confirmed quickly? Would a former senator with Jim's impeccable reputation get through in a hurry?
Yeah, Hugh, I have high regard for Jim Talent, and I know he's a frequent guest on the show as well. I suspect that Jim would be confirmed pretty quickly for any position to which the president nominated him. You're right that we need a secretary of Homeland Security, and the president needs one that agrees with his agenda, in particular his immigration agenda. And the sooner we can find that secretary, the better off the country will be.
And my argument, if we're going to build an argument for 2020 as to why, for example, your legislative proposals make sense as opposed to the Democrats' proposals, we need a DHS secretary that people actually know. You know, I was at Meet the Press one day when they brought in the old guy, and I didn't even know who he was.
I think they're on, their third. This would be their fourth over there now. So it would be good to have a Secretary of Homeland Security who understands, in particular, that the president's views on immigration might not have been orthodoxy for the Republican Party, just like mine probably weren't orthodoxy for the Republican Party back in 2016, but that is in no small part why he got our party's nomination and why he won the general election, and that we need the Department of Homeland Security to be pursuing that agenda.
All right, last question, and I hope Jim Talent gets an interview. Let me talk to you about impeachment. It seems to me clear the Democrats are going to pass an impeachment article against the president, maybe 3 or 4. They'll go to the Senate. I predict 51, 52 votes not to remove the president, maybe more. Some Democrats might even be afraid of setting this historical precedent. What do you think, Tom Cotton? Have you seen anything that justifies impeachment, much less conviction? Anything at all?
No, Hugh, not, and especially nothing coming out of the kangaroo court that shifty Adam Schiff is running over in the House of Representatives, keeping things behind closed doors, leaking selectively stuff that is designed to hurt the president, badgering witnesses, making false statements against the president. There's nothing that's emerged from that kangaroo court that is going to change any minds, I think, not just in the Senate, but among the American people.
The president told Sean Hannity last night he thinks it will be a political plus. I agree with him. I think Democrats are jumping off of a cliff. What does Tom Cotton think?
Well, we will see next year, and we'll see how things unfold in the coming weeks. But I think it's clear that the Democrats have been trying to impeach the president now for almost 3 years since the day he was sworn in. And whatever the specific allegation, any particular article of impeachment has been, they all go back to his one unforgivable crime, which is beating crooked Hillary in 2016.
Have you seen how John Brennan and Comey and a couple of others are attempting to twist the media right now to make illegitimate U.S. Attorney Durham's inquiry into their behavior?
Well, yeah, I think a lot of the senior Obama officials are kind of running for the hills because they're worried that John Durham is going to get to the bottom of potentially serious wrongdoing on their parts by spying on the Trump campaign in 2015, 2016, as Attorney General Barr put it.
But there is a concerted effort through the Beltway media to delegitimize the Barr-Durham inquiry. I don't think it'll work. I don't think that these are prosecutors that don't care about anything. I think they're going to get to the bottom of it, and if it's a no foul, no harm, for me, I'll accept whatever their report is. But this attempted delegitimization, I don't know. Can you speak out on it? Is there a way to put in the record what's going on here?
Well, I think ultimately, Hugh, the facts are going to speak for themselves whenever John Durham's report is released. And don't forget the Inspector General reports on some of the origins of this investigation as well.
Well, if those ever come out, you and I might be dead by the time those show up. Tom Cotton, always a pleasure to talk to Senator from Arkansas. Don't go anywhere, America. Hour number 3 starts with Eliana Johnson next on the Hugh Hewitt Show.